Hi everyone, it's me Oля here, and it's a wonderful day to learn some Ukrainian. If you agree with that statement, keep watching. Today I want to talk to you about dative case, the next case in our list of Ukrainian cases, and it has nothing to do with dating if anybody got too excited, but it rather has to do with giving, and I am going to try and explain you why right now. I always want you to make this relation in your head between the name of the case and the way it functions. Because we don't choose the name for the case just because we like it. The name of the case always contains the clue about the case itself. So dative case, it translates into Ukrainian as Давальний відмінок. Давальний відмінок. Давальний відмінок or dative case. Давальний. The word давальний comes from the verb давати, давати, давати. It means to give. Now, if we take a look at the verb to give in English, because the same thing will happen in Ukrainian. For example, let's take such a phrase, to give a pen to a boy. To give a pen to a boy. To give what? A pen, it's direct object. But to give a pen, to whom? To a boy. A boy in this case is indirect object. And not only the verb to give work this way, there are much more verbs in English and in Ukrainian that take direct and indirect object. So the noun in indirect object is always in dative case. Therefore, the questions for the dative case would be to whom, right? To give a pen to whom? To a boy. To whom or to what? Кому, чому? To whom? Кому, to what, чому? Now let's think of more verbs that in English and in Ukrainian might take indirect objects. For example, to tell something. Розповісти, розповісти or розказати takes indirect object. Розповісти студентам, to tell to students, for example. To show, показати, показати, показати to someone. To allow, дозволити, дозволити, дозволити. Again, to someone. To explain, пояснити, пояснити, пояснити. To explain something, but indirect object to someone. To say something to someone. Сказати, сказати, сказати. So these are pretty much all the verbs that take the indirect object that came to my mind at the moment. Now, if you can think of other verbs that work like that, please write them in comments down below so we can make this class more interactive. So we have figured out that the biggest case of using dative case in Ukrainian is for nouns as indirect objects after such verbs as to give, to tell, to explain, to allow, to say, and so on. Also, we use dative case when we talk about somebody's or something's age. For example, let's take me. My name's Ola. So, but if we want to say Ola is 27, we would say Олі 27. Олі 27. Степан is 35. Степанові 35. For example, there is this old building, and let's say будівлі 100 років. The building is 100 years old. Будівлі 100 років. Now we know that whenever we are changing the case of a noun, we might expect two kinds of changes. First of all, the change in the verb itself, different kinds of alterations of vowels and consonants that we are going to figure out as we learn later on, hopefully. And the other kind of change, very common, because we don't always have alterations, but we pretty much always have the change of the ending. So now let's begin the fun and let's figure out how the changes in the endings work for dative case. In my previous video, I began with feminine nouns, so now to make sure that nobody else is upset, we will begin with masculines. Okay, so the first case, if a masculine singular noun ends in a hard consonant, it might take one of those parallel endings. U степанові. What does parallel ending mean? Parallel endings mean that you can use equally both of them. Whichever one you like and whichever one you feel more comfortable using. For example, Stepan, but in dative case, to whom, you can use both Stepanovi or Stepanu. Let's say mechanic, mechanic, mechanikovi or mechaniku. Engineer, inžener, inženerovi, inženeru. Student, student, studentovi or studentu. Case number 2. If a masculine singular noun ends in soft sign, it takes ending u or evi. Again, they are parallel endings, whichever one you like. Вчитель, male teacher, вчитель, вчителю or вчителеві. A name, Василь, Василю or Василеві. Case number 3. If a masculine singular noun ends in ж, ч, ш or щ, it takes the ending u or evi. U or evi. It's the name of the bird. Siskin, I guess. Чиж, чижеві or чижу. The kind of fish. Bream, I guess. Лящ, лящеві or лящу. Case number 4. If the masculine singular noun ends in y, it takes the ending u or yevi. So, the name Serhiy, in dative case, Serhiyu or Serhiyevi. Museum, muzej, in dative case, muzeju or muzejevi, muzeju, muzejevi. So if you are a student that is totally not familiar with cases, you can just choose one ending, either shorter one or the longer one, whichever one you feel more comfortable, and go with that. But if you are more advanced kind of student and want to improve yourself and your speech, this tip might be useful for you. If you have 2 or more singular masculine nouns that are following each other in the speech, it's better that they take different endings. Let's take student Vasil, for example. So in dative case, you can say either studentovi, long ending, Vasiliu, short ending, or studentu, short ending, Vasilevi, long ending. Another example, inžener Stepan. You can say inženeru Stepanovi or inženerovi Stepanu. Doesn't matter. But again, if you have a name that is followed by surname, it's better that the surname takes the short ending and the name takes the long one. I guess it makes sense because, like, naturally, it's not always the case, but mostly the surname in Ukrainian is much longer than the name, so you don't need to make it even more longer with the long ending. But again, it will not be a big mistake if you just go with one ending. If we have Serhiy Shevchenko, so we will say Serhiyevi Shevchenku. The surname will usually take the shorter one. Or Stepan Klimenko, Stepanovi Klimenku. Okay, now let's learn how feminine singular words behave in dative case. The first case, if a feminine singular noun ends in a, very traditional ending for Ukrainian language, it drops the ending a and it takes the ending e. For example, a letter, bukva, bukvi, school, школа, школі, Світлана, Світлані. Second case, if feminine singular noun ends in ya, also very common ending in Ukrainian, it will drop the ya and again take the ending e. For example, female pupil, учениця, учениці, strawberry, полуниця, полуниці. Capital, столиця, столиці. Third case, in Ukrainian we have a huge amount of feminine singular words that end in iya. So if that is the case, the noun drops the ya and takes yi. the E with two dots. For example, geography, географія, dative case, географії. History, історія, історії. Italy, Італія, Італії. Марія, Марії. And now let's talk about alterations a little bit, because this is important. So if we remove the ending from the feminine noun, remove the ending R or ya, and the rest of the word without ending ends in h, k, h. This rest of the word we call stem, right? So if the stem of the feminine singular noun ends in h, k, h, there will be an alteration. So h in the stem changes to z, k in the stem changes to ts, and h to s. Let's see how it works. And then, of course, don't forget to change the ending. If there is a, it will change to e. And luckily, my own personal name is in that category. So, Olha, but dative case to give something to Olha. Ользі. A book. Книга. Книзі. A hand. Рука. Руці. River. Ріка. Ріці. A flea. Блоха. Блосі. A fly. Муха. Мусі. So we were talking about singulars. Now you will ask me, and what about plurals? And I will answer you. For plurals, masculine or feminine, it will be the same case. If a plural word ends in e, it will drop the ending e and take ending am. For example, mechanics, механіки, механікам. Tables, столи, столам. These are masculine words, but feminine, школи, schools, школам. Female students, студентки, студенткам. Male students, студенти, студентам. But if a plural, masculine or feminine, ends in e, then it will drop the ending e and take ending yam. So masculines, вчителі, teachers, вчителям. Museums, музеї, музеям. Now let's go for feminine. Столиці, столицям. Полуниці, полуницям. Now let's see how dative case works for neuter nouns. The first case, if a neuter singular noun ends in o, it will drop the ending or and take the ending u. For example, village, село, селу, town or city, місто, місту, apple, яблуко, яблуку. Case number 2. If a neuter singular noun ends in e, it will drop the ending e and take the ending u. For example, sun, сонце, сонцю. Place, місце, містю. And the third case is also for a very common situation. We have a lot of neuter singular nouns that end in double consonant that is followed by ending ya. So if that is the case, the noun drops ending ya and takes ending you. Let's see how it works. For example, the word life, життя, double t, followed by ya. Життя, remove ya, add you. Життю. Knowledge, знання, знанню. Comparison, порівняння, порівнянню. And now for neuter plurals. If a neuter plural noun ends in a, it will drop a and take the ending am. For example, села, villages, селам, towns or cities, міста, містам. And the second case, if the plural neuter noun ends in ya, it drops the ending ya and it takes the ending yam. So if there was a, it drops a, takes am. If it's ya, it drops ya, takes yam. For example, places, місця, місцям, lives, життя, життям. Tasks or assignments, завдання, завданням. So this was all that I wanted to tell you today about dative case. Don't forget to think about more verbs in English or in Ukrainian, even better, that can take both direct and indirect objects, and write it down for me in the comment section down below if you cannot think of any. Not a big deal. Thank you for watching. Thank you for learning Ukrainian. I do really appreciate it. Thank you for studying with me. Have a nice day. Have an easy studying, and I will see you in my next videos. Hopefully soon. Bye.